welcome to BBD. Start things off for you with a nice smooth click of the mouse. Just a nice smooth clickety click click. I know that you can hear that in the mic. I don't know how to make the mouse quieter, to be honest. It's kind of a problem in my other videos too, where you'll just hear me like mashing away at the controller or whatever. I don't really know what to do about that with this mic. I'm not tech smart enough to solve these problems, but eventually you won't hear so much clicking. If it's something that bothers you, well, honestly, go fuck yourself. Like, if that bothers you, like,
calm down there, bud.
Of all of the shit that goes on in this world, if you get bothered by a mouse click noise, I don't even give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck. Anyway, that's the intro. Got a little hostile there towards the end. I don't know why.
Gonna say, that was a really aggressive intro this week.
Anyway, Uncle Pastas. Actually, they're just called Uncles now. I just felt like saying their name. We don't have an ad read or anything. Just keeping them in our spirits, I suppose. Anyway, we're coming in hot.
By that place, it was boarded up, so I don't think we have a sponsorship anymore.
We're coming in hot with this week's episode, mostly because we didn't record an episode for like 2 weeks, so now we're recording like 2 episodes within days of each other because we're fucking crazy. But you got a topic you want to start us off with?
Yeah, okay, so I got a bone to pick, and it's with the worst kind of person, and this person is what's known as a corporation.
I thought you were about to say me.
No,
I thought you were going to go down that road, and I was like, listen here, you cocksmoker.
Hey, you shut your fucking mouth. You can't just give me the floor and then take the floor back, you piece of shit. Shut up. So I'm mad at the McDonald Corporation.
McDonald.
The Mackies, the Mickey D's, the Golden Arches, you know, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it place. Does it ring a bell? Does it sound familiar?
Is it a reference to McDowell's from Coming to America?
It's a reference to McDonald's from the founder, actually.
Oh, I saw that movie.
I saw that movie. There was a cool little guy in there named Michael Keaton. Or whatever that dude's
The whole
name
time
is.
I'm just like, dude, why is Batman trying to ruin McDonald's? This movie fucking sucks.
Movie blows. No, okay, but I do have a bone to pick, though, because I got McDonald's for lunch today, you know, just because it was cheap and I was lazy. And these motherfuckers fucking gave me a large fry because I ordered a large fry. Oh, wait, no, let me correct myself. They gave me a large fry box. It was 3/4 of the way full, and it was literally just a medium fry. I just paid for a larger box. And then I thought about it, and that's happened pretty much every time I've ever gotten fries from McDonald's. Because I usually get a large because I'm a fat kid, and I enjoy shoveling fried potatoes into my mouth. So I'm convinced that it's a purposeful thing that they teach McDonald's employees in training. Like, yo, this is how Ray Kroc successfully ran this corporation into what it is today. No, it wasn't the real estate secrets that he held with his franchising. It wasn't, you know, the Frank just disgusting food he was selling that people loved. It was because of the fries. That's the McDonald's scam.
It wasn't because he found a way to convert pink slime into burger patty food. And also the bun.
No, okay, this is what I imagine, though. This is what I imagine. So you're a McDonald's employee, you know, you come into work drunk and high because that's how every restaurant I've ever worked at is. And you're kind of hating your life because it's your first day at McDonald's, and like, you know, no shade if you work at McDonald's, but I got to imagine that you're not happy about it, because again, that's how every restaurant I've ever worked at has been. And you fucking sit down and they wheel out that stupid little like old 35-year-old big back TV, put the VHS training tape in, and the first thing the guy says is, if you fill up the guy being the guy on the fucking training tape
Michael Keaton.
says, yeah, Mike, it's gonna be it's gonna be Michael Keaton, and he's gonna say, fucking, the first thing is, you gotta know, don't fucking fill the large fries up all the way. This company will literally go under.
Look at me,
if
kid.
we
Don't fuck with my fries.
don't fuck with the system. This
I'll,
is how we
I'll
save
send Jack
money. This
Nicholson
is
to
where
your
the
house.
That's the only profit margin that McDonald's has. We're losing money on everything else. But this is how we stay alive, and this is how we stay successful. Is we're somehow supporting this business off of the 5 fucking fries that we're not giving to our fat fucking customers. But yeah, anyway, I was unreasonably mad about that for like an hour today, because sometimes I get angry about random things, and I let them bother me, and I'm an incredibly flawed person that way.
I used to work at Five Guys a long, long time ago, back when I was a teenager. And what we would
Right.
do at Five Guys is we would say, "Here, have some fries, retard," and then we would just scoop basically an entire 8 pounds of French fries into your bag. We had fry containers, but they didn't matter. What they had us do is fill the container up past the point of full, and then put it in the bag, and then scoop more fries into the bag.
Yeah.
So what you end up with is this greasy amalgamation of just extraordinarily American proportions. Just a bag of grease and wadded up, and it's amazing.
Have you ever seen a Five Guys ad? Because I don't think I've ever seen a
Oh
Five
no,
Guys.
they don't advertise. I remember like they like taught us that in the training. Don't know why. They were like, "Yes, we don't advertise." And then they like made like a Chick-fil-A comparison, and that didn't age well, because pretty much right after they said that, Chick-fil-A started advertising. But
I think Chick-fil-A is like always advertised. I've seen
yeah, who
tons of
knows? They're probably always just bullshitting. I don't know.
Smashburger didn't used to advertise either, I remember, and then they, like, pretty much right as I started leaving, they were like, "We've revamped our menu. For some reason, every burger is a little mini slider now." And it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
that model did not work out. People hated that.
They're still doing it. Like, I thought about going to Smashburger the other day, and then I, like, looked at their menu on their online thing, and I was like, they're still doing this, like, triple double bullshit or whatever. Like,
Did they bring that back? Because last time I worked there, this shit was gone.
I don't know, but I just know every burger, instead of being just a regular burger, was 2.5 ounce sliders, and I was like, that sounds stupid. Why not just make it one? Why does it have to be tall? I don't like tall burgers. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, is stupid fucking tall burgers that I have to squish down, thus drenching all of the juicy goodness into the, like,
Yeah,
fucking
I hate
wrapper.
that shit too. Those like real life Scooby Doo sandwiches that you see like Shaggy eating. It's just like, dude, like my mouth's not big enough for this.
Dude,
I'm
I
gonna have
have a
to
tiny mouth.
disassemble it, and at that point, it's a salad, not a sandwich. Like,
I have a tiny mouth, and I know that for a fact because every time I've ever gone to the dentist, they've fucking told me that. They're like, "Wow, you have a really
damn,
small mouth."
can't
And I'm
fit
like,
much
"Yeah."
dicks in here.
Yeah, and they tell me every single time, and every single time I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I get it. Why are you guys so judgmental? First
I
you tell me to
know I
fuck."
can't fit many dicks in here. They hated me in college. My frat house was fucking always making fun of me.
I
Couldn't get off
wasn't
any of
getting
the boys.
gangbanged good enough. Hmm. But yeah, that was my opening topic, was just the intense beef that me and McDonald's are in right now. I've tweeted at them over 16 times in the past hour, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the clout that's gonna get me.
Alright, I'm actually going to pull something up on the computers. My first topic, I was originally just going to talk about this, but at this point, there's really no point in not just like watching the video. This could result in another copyright claim, strike, or whatever. Claim. Was that a claim or a strike? I can't remember. I think it was a claim. I hope it was a claim, because actually a strike is actually kind of bad. Like, either way, it ain't gonna stop me from doing shit. But yeah, I saw part of the Avatar trailer. The trailer for the new Avatar, the Way of Water. And
I'm pretty excited for that. I like Avatar.
I'm gonna rewatch this trailer and see how I feel about it. Because the little snippet that I saw, I hated it. I was like, wow, that looks so pretentious. This video is extremely loud.
I could see it being very bad.
Feel your power! Okay, we actually have to watch these ads. There we go. Isn't it great watching ads on a fucking podcast? Wow. See, everyone's talking about how great the cinematography is, and it's like, it's all CGI, people. It's not fucking hard. You could make everything, you can make anything look cool in CGI if you have the money. That's the only thing, is it's expensive as shit.
I feel like it's probably hard, like, the CGI work probably takes a lot of work, you know?
Yeah, but not in comparison with, like, actually, like, getting good shots in, like, a real landscape. Where you have to, like, put a guy on a cliff or something somewhere and get him, like, feed equipment to him.
Yeah.
This looks wacky. I mean, it doesn't look like... Huh. Dude, who are these blue people? Wait, what the... Why are there, like, Native American humans?
I know one thing. Wherever we go,
Why not?
this family.
Well, they should have,
It's family. Something about family.
they should have they should have Vin Diesel in these movies.
Seriously.
Just driving, just tearing through the forest in his fucking what kind of car did he drive in Fast and Furious?
He always had some kind of muscle car. I remember he had like that Toyota Supra in the first one, and he like crashed it into a train
at one point.
Did he what?
Didn't he have a Dodge Viper at one point?
Yeah, he might have.
Pandora's Forest on a Dodge Viper.
Yeah.
He just keeps saying family.
That's what it's all about. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel low-key went crazy after Paul Walker died.
Yeah, that was really sad too. Vin Diesel was like really weird on Facebook, like back in the day too. Like he would post these like really low-res, blurry pictures of himself that like the kind of thing that you would get from like 2006 Google Images, and like he would just post that, and it would just be like weird shit like that. He would post these like weird inspirational quotes, like kind of like memes of himself. He's always been kind of a weirdo. Like I don't know. I've seen him in interviews, and God help
did this turn into Beautiful World?
Yeah, exactly. Like God help you if you're a woman interviewing him. He's like, oh, you're just so beautiful.
You're a woman and you're interested in me.
Am I supposed to be answered?
To completely ignore the fact that you being interested in me is purely a professional interest.
Yeah, Vin Diesel strikes me as the kind of guy who thinks that like the stripper has a crush on him, or even like the bartender who's being nice to him.
Like a cashier at fucking...
Yeah. She's totally into me.
She said, have a great day, bro.
We could make lots of family.
Well, so, have you ever seen the Facebook Lives that he did?
Yeah. It was pretty hilarious. It kind of reminds me of that.
I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live. Everybody, we're having a good night. We're doing the live. Hey, we're doing a live.
Those videos where he's with Michelle Rodriguez and it looks like he's holding her hostage.
I know. She's just like smiling as hard as she can in the back until she's got like tears in her eyes.
With family off screen too.
Michelle Rodriguez was in Avatar, and I was like, whoa. Oh, dude, so Vin Diesel would totally make sense.
He'd make more sense than, I don't know. I see James Cameron being like, no, we're not putting... Like, once you have Vin Diesel in your movie, it
You're
officially...
admitting it's a bad movie?
When you put Vin Diesel in a movie, it officially becomes a Vin Diesel movie, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how else to describe that, but like...
No, I get it. I understand what you're saying, brother. You and me, we're of sound mind.
Like, you know, the Fast and the Furious, obviously, Vin Diesel movies. But even, like, if you go back to, like, Triple X, which is a movie that I actually kind of like, just because it's just dumb fun, turn your brain off kind of a movie. But that is a Vin Diesel movie. Purely because Vin Diesel's in it, and he's just playing himself, because that's what Vin Diesel does. He just plays himself. He's always, like, the grumbly, groany, mumbly muscle guy who probably has intellectual disabilities, but that's okay. It's all right. You can't call Vin Diesel retarded. I mean, like, sure, look retarded, act retarded, but I mean, when you win race wars like that and you shoot your car into space, that ain't retarded. But at the end of the day, yeah, I could see why a director would look at Vin Diesel and be like, yeah, sorry, bro, you're just too Vin Diesel-y.
I am soup.
Can you think of like a specific actor that, like, I'm not saying Vin Diesel's like a great actor, but can you think of like a specific actor that you just would not cast purely because they're just too, I don't know, they're just too kind of like Vin Diesel, like he's too much of like a caricature of himself, and when you see him in a movie, it just
I could think of like hundreds of them. The Rock, fucking.
Oh, The Rock. That's a great answer.
Kevin Hart. Fucking. Oh man, there's so many. Probably, honestly, Sean Bean. I couldn't cast him just because somehow he would circumvent the writing in the movie and die, even if.
How shitty would it be if you wrote Sean Bean into something and he didn't die? So like, some kind of divine vengeance happens and he dies in real life on the set. Like his character was supposed to live, so Sean Bean himself has to pay the price. It's like, why did God make this guy?
This is kind of a fucked up answer just because it's not really his fault, but Daniel Radcliffe, which sucks because he's a really good actor, but the moment you cast him in your movie, it's like, oh, it's like he's Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen him in anything other than Harry Potter, but I've heard he's good. Like in that one movie, what was that weird movie? Oh, Swiss Army Man? I never saw that.
Oh, that was a really good movie, though. It was hard to watch it, though, just because, find any discussion on the internet, I should say, that was, not just, ex-Harry Potter guy is actually a good actor. Whoa! And it's like, yeah, dude, he's, a Broadway... Isn't he, Broadway trained?
Yeah.
He's been in, tons of fucking movies and TV. It's like, yeah, dude, of course he's a good actor. It's his fucking job. That's what he does.
Some actors have a really hard time, breaking out of that, and I think a lot of it's just kind of your own personal perception of that person. But to me, Elijah Wood is he's just Frodo. He's just perma Frodo. Whenever I see Elijah Wood, I'm just like, yep, that's Frodo. Same with Sean Astin. Whenever I see Sean Astin, I'm just like, boom, that's Sam. And Sean Astin is a great actor. He was in the movie Rudy, and Rudy is a great, great movie. But
Rudy, the great movie.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen Rudy, but it's basically just about Samwise Gamgee being a football player at Notre Dame. It's pretty great.
Huh.
I would recommend it. It's pretty inspirational.
Ooh, Elijah Wood might be another one because Elijah Wood doesn't really
he's just too he's a great actor. He really is, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, yeah, man, I guess depending on the movie maybe, but yeah, I associate him with Frodo too much.
Exactly.
Every time I take a sip of coffee, I'm gonna try to make like a Yoda noise, unless you're talking, just to fill like the dead air
My
time.
cock with a rock, you must. Meow.
I barely reacted to that Avatar trailer. I just I didn't really feel much watching it. I was just sort
Speaking
of
of
like,
current events,
it looked terrible.
Speaking of current events and entertainment, it was really trippy to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen out promoting a Star Wars thing together again today.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, they were doing interviews and stuff and talking about like being Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and I was like, dude, that is so wild. Like, I never would have thought like we would see them doing this again, you know what I mean?
For some reason, Hayden Christensen fucking. Oh wait, I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
For some reason.
Oh no, okay. I wasn't not Hayden Christensen. Ewan McGregor. He did a pretty good job of escaping the classic Star Wars trap of like, all right, you're an actor in this movie and you're not going to be in anything else. The only other one was like Harrison Ford, because Carrie Fisher did not do much outside of Star Wars, and honestly, neither did Mark Hamill. I mean, yeah, Mark Hamill's like a phenomenal voice actor, and he does a really good, really good Joker voice. But apart from that, like, he's pretty much just known as Luke Skywalker. He didn't really get a whole lot of acting shit outside of Star Wars.
Yeah, he purposefully went into voice acting, I believe. Did you know he voiced Darth Bane in the Clone Wars?
Huh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
think he's actually
really
voiced,
good voice
like,
actor.
He's voiced a couple of like Star Wars villains, I'm pretty sure. Which is like pretty cool when you think about it.
I'm pretty sure you already knew this, but did you know he voiced the Joker in the Batman Arkham games?
Yeah.
He is probably like honestly my favorite Joker just ever. Like, he's not even a live action Joker, but just his voice like makes him my favorite Joker.
I remember when, like, I always recognize his Joker voice now, but I remember when someone told me that Luke Skywalker was doing the Joker voice in that Batman series that he was in. I was like, nah, that's just not true. Like,
Yeah, it's weird. I remember when I first found out, I was like, wait, Mark Hamill, why does that name sound so familiar? Oh wait, it's the Star Wars guy.
I found out recently that in between episode 4 and 5, when they were filming, he got into a car crash, and that's why he looked weird in the second two films compared to the first. I always just thought it was because they got like new cameras that captured his face differently or something, but nah, it was because his face literally had to be reconstructed.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I thought it was just kind of like he was getting older.
Nah, like they had to fucking literally rebuild his cheekbone, and then they had to use skin from his forehead and his butt to like heal his face. Like, he got fucked up.
That sucks.
Yeah, if you look at his face in the right angles, you can still see the dent in his cheek and his nose.
They did. I gotta say they did a good job because like until you told me that, I had no idea. Like,
Yeah, that's actually why at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, he gets attacked by the Wampa and gets hit in the face, and they bandage his face, is because they had to come up with a reason for that.
yeah, he just gets into a fight with Han Solo and gets beat up a little too hard.
Chewbacca is like, I'm hungry. Nom 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 nom. Hungry. Hungry. It was canonical that Chewbacca has eaten people before, and that was a weird thing that Disney did, where like the way they showed Han Solo and Chewbacca meeting was Chewbacca was gonna eat him, and I was like, dude, like, how can I look at Chewbacca the same way ever again?
Oh
Like,
no.
knowing that A, he's eaten people, and B, he could eat people again, likely, if he had to. It really makes you look at him differently. Like in the original trilogy, when they're all like trapped in the Falcon in that cave, it's like, yeah, you guys better find a way out before Chewbacca gets fucking hungry.
Seriously, holy shit. And what's weird is like you don't see any like evidence of that on like the Wookiee home planet.
No, the
Kashyyyk.
Wookiees were never like that. The Wookiees
Kashyyyk with 3 Y's.
like, and what's weird is Disney characterized the Wookiees pretty consistently with the old canon, usually, where it's like, yeah, the Wookiees are just like dope dudes who are always down for like helping out and shit. And it's just like, nah, like, but Chewbacca, apparently he just eats people when he's hungry enough. Like, they were keeping him in a prison, but it was implied that they were keeping him alive. So it, like, literally, it was heavily implied in the movie that he fucking didn't have to eat people, and yet he literally tried to eat Han, like, within the first 10 minutes of their first meeting. And that also made me think, like, I hate to say it, but because I love Chewie, but, like, is Chewie even really a character? Because he, like,
he is more of like a sentient prop a lot of the time.
yeah, like, he's, like, the droids are more of characters than him. Like, R2 is more of a character than him. Like, I couldn't even really tell you what Chewie's personality is, really. Like, it's never consistent. Sometimes he's, like, a gruff, angry, like, don't fuck with me, dude. Sometimes he's like,
kind of
oh,
like
I'm just...
he's kind of like if your dog could stand on like 2 legs and operate a gun.
And what's weird is there's other Wookiees in like the expanded lore that have a lot of character. Like in the Clone Wars, there's like a young Wookiee Jedi youngling that has a pretty cool like little mini character arc over a couple episodes, I believe. But like Chewie, like again, I couldn't even like tell you what, like, could you tell me what Chewbacca's like personality traits are? Like sometimes he's like warm and fuzzy, and sometimes he's like, yeah, I don't like I'm just like angry dude. I don't know, but like yeah, like I hate to say that because I do love Chewie, but yeah, that's about all I had for that thought.
Chewbacca. You know, if he would get off those goddamn drugs, he would have a lot more potential.
Hey man, let him be, man. It's just like your opinion, man.
Dude, you just quoted the Big Lebowski.
No,
That's like
it's an original Chase quote. What are you talking about?
So, the Big Lebowski, eh? So you're been watching Jeff Bridges movies.
I was the original writer of Jeff Bridger movie. Of Jeff Bridger movie. That's what their original title was for the Big Lebowski, but the executives made me change it. I just called it Jeff Bridger movie.
Okay. Here's a question. Here's a good one.
Okay.
It's a 2-part question. If you could pick anywhere on Earth to live, where would it be? And what place would you avoid living at all costs?
Anywhere?
Yeah.
I'd probably... Okay, so...
It could be the Australian outback. It could be like New Zealand, China, Antarctica.
I don't know if I want to live in Australia or New Zealand though, because those places have like really restrictive laws in a lot of regards.
Oh yeah, you can't own a gun in Australia.
You can't own a gun anywhere but the United States.
That's why there's so many like stabbing deaths there.
That's like the last place that you could own a gun besides the U.S. was Canada, and they're starting to like I'm pretty sure the only like you can't really even get guns in Canada anymore. They had like one shooting and they got rid of guns.
That's what happened with Australia too. There was like one shooting back in the 90s and they just outright banned guns after that, which it's kind of lame and childish, but okay. I just don't understand how like the minds of criminals work. You know, See, criminals break laws, so when you institute gun laws, it doesn't really, like, hamper them, because they're going to do shit illegally anyway. It just makes it harder for people who want to defend themselves to legally get their hands on shit. Oh. But hey, if you want to stab someone, Australia is where it's at.
Yeah, if I had, I don't know. I really don't know where I would want to live. Probably like I'm trying to like I have the image in my head. I just can't. I'm high. I can't think of the name. What's the name of like Bora Bora or whatever? That really beautiful.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, that's a good answer. Yeah, Bora Bora and Tahiti. I'm gonna pull that up on the browser.
Tahiti. Yeah. Fucking that would be fucking dank as fuck. Because
here we go.
I really like the ocean. I really like water, and I've always wanted to go there on vacation. So I might as well live there. And any place on Earth I would avoid living. Like if I had to, like the worst possible place to live would be like North Korea. So yeah. I would. I
probably think I
just,
agree.
Like, kill my. I would if I had to go live in North Korea. I would like especially as a Westerner. I would kill myself. Like before I did that, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna go like purchase a good old American firearm and put a bullet in my head.
Yeah, the Bora Bora is pretty fucking sweet. Now let's look up North Korea. Google images. I'm gonna look up North Korean.
Type it in like North NORF North Korea.
North Korean pride.
North Korea.
Let's see how fake and forced these pictures look. Yep, that guy in this picture does not look like he's having a good time with his North Korean pride. He's like, I actually have to take a shit. I kind of want to go home and hang out with my family, but here I am. And then Kim Jong-un's just like... Kim Jong-un looks like a real-life Mr. Potato Head toy. He really does.
Unpopular opinion, I don't really like the interview that much.
The movie The Interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw it once, and I remember not really liking it that much either.
It's not a very funny movie. Seth Rogen and James Franco, I know they don't like do things together anymore because Franco got canceled for I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was because he's like a pedo. But fucking like Seth Rogen and Franco's humor was never like very appealing to me. It's just like it's the kind of humor you find funny when you're like 13 to 16, you know?
Yeah. Oh shit, I never like answered my own question. I can't remember what the question was. Oh yeah, where would I live and where would I avoid? I wrote this question down and I put literally zero thought into what my own answer would be. So here I go back to the browser. Oh shit, I'm on the cusp of something good here. Yeah, I would actually probably just live like anywhere in the mountains, like in the west part of Colorado. So pretty much where I already live, but just further west where it's prettier. Somewhere I would say like the cabin, but the cabin would be an inconvenient place to live. It's a fun place to go on like a vacation for a week or so, but actually living there would suck. So, I think I know my answer. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. My answer is definitely Aspen. Actually, no. I'm changing my answer. It's gonna be Steamboat. Steamboat Springs. Let's find it on Google Images. If I learn how to type one day. Yeah, Steamboat. I would get like I would take a nice house somewhere on like the outskirts of Steamboat, somewhere like 10 minutes outside of town at the most. That'd be my answer. Now, which place would I avoid? The first thing that popped into my head was Afghanistan.
Yeah, see, that was my first answer too, but at least like in Afghanistan, you know, you can like fucking fight, you know, like the Taliban's pretty warlike. You could at least like, you know, get your hands on some fucking weaponry and get out in the streets. I feel like North Korea's kind of got the whole police state thing already on lock, so you'd just be living a sad dystopian life of like, I'm going to starve and then get beaten.
All right. So my official answer is it is a tie between Kabul or literally anywhere in Russia. Because Russia is just like Russia just looks so sad and dilapidated and gray and
What's weird,
like
like Russia's image throughout history has always been that way. Like it's just because they're just living in the Lion and the Witch and the West type shit. Like they just got an endless winter going on.
we build lots of shit out of concrete, comrade. I found the perfect image to describe how how my brain processes Russia. Yeah, there it is. That's a sad picture right there.
It is a very sad picture. I can't see it, but I agree.
Cold and just snowy, and not even really snowy, just smoggy. Like, that's the thing with Russia. It's always like cloudy and there's always snow on the ground, but it's never snowing. So I don't like that.
It doesn't need to snow that often. It just like it snows like once a year and then just sticks around because it's so cold.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's my answers, I suppose. So there's a part 2 to this question. Which fictional universe would you choose to live in, and where specifically in that universe?
Star Wars, and I would probably want to be. I don't know if I would want to be like a Jedi because, like the Jedi, your choices are either be a Jedi during the High Republic, back when they were like arrogant dickheads, during the Old Republic, when they were pretty much just traveling monks who were fighting against the Sith Empire, or the prequel Jedi, which were like again arrogant dickheads. So I don't know if I would want to be a Jedi, but or you could be a Jedi after the Empire and be always on the run. You know, I would probably want. Yeah, it would be Star Wars, but I would low-key just want to, like, be a bounty hunter. Like, just traveling the fucking galaxy, like, making tons of money, fucking bringing in criminals and shit, and, like, you know, just serving nothing but the almighty dollar, and you can actually get away with it, because it's just so expansive that the Republic or the Empire or whatever can't possibly govern it all, because there's always another abandoned planet you can go and hide on, you know?
There's so many planets in Star Wars.
I wouldn't want to. Oh yeah, there's like canonically there's like billions, but I wouldn't want to be in the core worlds though, because like those are just more like modernized, and like there's more government there because that's where the government actually is. So I would definitely want to be a bounty hunter on like the Outer Rim.
Hell yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
What about you?
All right, my answer. Okay, my official answer would be Fourth Age Middle Earth in Lord of the Rings. The Fourth Age was like, you know, what marked the start of the Fourth Age was the defeat of Sauron. So that was when the world was pretty much in kick-ass party mode, and it was sort of like roaring 20s shit. So I would choose Fourth Age Middle Earth, and specifically, I would want to live in Ithilien. And the reason I would go with Ithilien is because you can't really do much in a place like Rivendell or Lorien. Those are the two places that most like Lord of the Rings fans are like, oh yeah, I want to live there. I want to live in Lorien or Rivendell. The problem with the Fourth Age is that those places no longer exist. They pretty much get abandoned because the elves had to leave. So, I mean, you could go there and visit it, and you know, it's kind of like an abandoned theme park kind of thing. But you couldn't really live there. It would kind of suck. So my other choice would have been like the Shire easily. But Aragorn, when he becomes king, he makes a rule and he's like, yeah, no men are allowed to step foot in the Shire because he wanted to like preserve the innocence or whatever of the Shire and just keep it for the hobbits. Which was kind of a good idea in hindsight. Just like make sure the hobbits like don't get conquered by the big people or whatever. But I technically couldn't go there. So my next bet would be Ithilien. And Ithilien's like also really fucking badass. So I could just kick it there and be like some kind of like, I don't know, just have like a cabin and fucking be a hunter or some shit. Just live a very simple, normal life in the woods. Just be like, if I want to, be like, oh man, I think I'm gonna like take a little trip to this place and just, you know, go on a little journey. Just like Bilbo did. Because Bilbo would like get bored in the Shire and he'd be like, oh, I think I'm going to go walk to Rivendell. Even though I'm 90 years old. Just do some shit like that. And then just enjoy the fact that there isn't like an imminent threat looming over the world anymore. That'd be my...
if I had to choose an era for my answer, it would probably be during the prequel, like pre-Clone Wars era. Just because that would have been like the Republic was like the Republic was kind of bloated and lazy, and so it would have been really, really easy to get away with being kind of a criminal.
Dude, the Republic was extremely lazy. It took them so long to finally decide, hey, we should like build an army.
Well, the whole point of it was during the Old Republic, they had a military, and then they defeated the Sith Empire, and it was like, at first, it was like, literally for 100 years, they were like, they had a standing military for no reason, because there was no wars, and so they were like, oh shit, like, this is like the Pax Republica, we're gonna fucking get rid of our military, because we literally don't need it. And then they didn't for like thousands of years, and then starting with the Age of the High Republic, which is when the Jedi... the Republic was at its peak in terms of like people believing in it and like their fucking expansion into the Outer Rim and meeting even more and more and more new alien species and like everything. Like they got kind of arrogant and bloated because they expanded too quickly, and then it was kind of just like, oh shit, like we're gonna fucking not have a standing military anymore. I forgot. I can't keep my train of thought when it's this late. Yeah, but basically it was a symbolic thing that they refused to let go of because everyone was scared of war, and then they were finally like, "Oh shit, yeah, we have to get a military."
Oh boy, Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace are both not good movies. I mean, after having rewatched them a couple days ago, though, I liked them more than I did before. I don't know why.
I rewatched Revenge of the Sith in preparation for the Obi-Wan show that's coming out, and fucking, I forgot how well that Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor played off each other. Most of the dialogue in that movie still sucked, but when at the beginning when Obi-Wan and Anakin were like bickering and arguing, it was like, damn, this like works pretty well actually.
Yeah.
This ain't bad, Chief. Reminded me why I actually kind of like this movie. I don't really like Attack of the Clones very much, and I'll say I don't like Attack of the Clones at all. It's one of my like least favorite movies of all time, and definitely my fucking lowest rated Star Wars movie that exists. But Phantom Menace, I can watch. Like, it's not too bad. I don't think it is bad, but it's not like, it doesn't make me angry like Attack of the Clones does, because there's some dialogue in Attack of the Clones where it's like, dude, holy shit, this is bad. Like, I hate
it. It is the cheesiest movie. It is just so cheesy in all the wrong ways.
And it's like, it's cheesy for a Star Wars movie, which is saying a lot, man. Star Wars is cheesy as hell.
Yeah. But at least the old ones were cheesy in like charming ways, like the one-liners and stuff. like, I have a bad feeling about this, like shit like that. Like, it's insanely cheesy, but like it's charming and it adds to the like iconic nature of the movie. But yeah, I don't know.
But I did like Revenge of the Sith. Another cool thing about Revenge of the Sith is that the way they ended the Clone Wars TV show with season 7, like it literally ends with Anakin saying goodbye to Ahsoka, like because he's going off to like rescue the Chancellor from fucking General Grievous, and because that's how Revenge of the Sith opens, and then if the Clone Wars focuses on Ahsoka fucking figuring out what to do on Mandalore about the Mandalorian Civil War, and then suddenly she like has a feeling like, oh shit, fucking something's going down right now, and you hear like Anakin betraying the Jedi basically because she senses it. It was pretty cool. And so then you watch Revenge of the Sith, and it's like, damn, this guy just said goodbye to his former Padawan for the first or for the last time. He's about to say goodbye to Obi-Wan for the last time. Like, this shit hits heavy. Now with the Clone Wars adding to it, you know, and it melded really well.
It is a space opera. I remember the first time I heard that term, I was like, a space what now?
It's a surprisingly like prolific genre. Like I can't think of many examples, but I know that Star Wars isn't the only one.
Yeah.
Which is weird, I feel like, but cool. Also, I don't really like I could be wrong because I'm not musically like knowledgeable at all, but isn't an opera like, doesn't that imply like singing?
Soprano, soprano, Star Wars, Star Wars. Yeah.
So exactly. So but like Star Wars' music is all done with like string instruments and shit.
I think the actual like, I'm gonna Google it real fast. I think the actual word opera has like a literary, like kind of a
liberal. It's a dirty, stinking liberal trying to control the media.
Define opera. Opera, a dramatic work in one or more acts, set to music for singers and instrumentalists. Actually describes Star Wars pretty accurately. Shit.
Yeah, actually, I'll eat my words. Like I said, I'm not musically knowledgeable at all.
You can eat my nuts.
All right,
my big balls.
Give them to me. The edamame.
I don't let retards near my penis.
I do. Oh, well, shit. Are we recording?
No.
Okay, good.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Oh,
and then, now you've been exposed as someone who likes to suck retard penis.
Hey, man. Let's move on.
Fine. I for some reason got rid of my list.
Yeah, you better bring up a new topic really quick, otherwise I'm gonna wring your neck out.
Shit, I only have one topic left. That's okay though. Just bullshit from afterwards. Okay, here we go. I want to talk about a book that I just started reading called Shogun. It is literally so fucking good. I can't stop thinking about it, and I just want to read it all the fucking time. And then I read it when I'm in bed and I fall asleep and I wake up and it's just like still sitting there. And I'm like, whoa, dude, holy shit. But it's so goddamn good. It is easily one of like the top 3 best books I've ever read. It is so fucking good. But a rundown, I guess, for what it's about. So it was written by this guy named James Clavell, and he kind of wrote like, so he had a pretty interesting life. Like I think he fought in World War II. He was a POW at one point. So he wrote some stuff about that. But he wrote like 3 books that I think are called like, I think it's just called the Japan Saga. And they all 3 are just about like basically just historical fiction books that take place in like Japan and shit. The first one is Shogun. I feel like I pronounced that word weird. Shogun. I'm just gonna commit to Shogun instead of Shogun. But pretty much the whole concept of the book is like this English ship navigator. He's with this crew of Dutch guys, and they're like sailing east far as shit, trying to like I mean, they're pretty much looking for Japan, like the Japan islands, and they're all dying because they're on a ship in the old days. So they all have dysentery, they all have scurvy, and they're pretty much all dying, and they're all super sick, and they're all losing hope. And their ship has a really cool name, by the way. It's called the Erasmus. But the Erasmus is like taking a beating from all these storms, and there's all these sick people. The whole crew is just fucking dying, and they're just like, why the hell are we even out here? Holy shit, this sucks. They get caught in a really bad storm, and then they end up washing up on the shores of Japan finally. And then they get found by the locals there, like the local like Japanese like fishing villager people. And at first they're like, so keep in mind, I'm only like a couple hundred pages into this thing, and it's like a 1,300 page book. So I just started it, so I'm just giving the knowledge of what I have so far. But at first the Japanese are like, oh, what the fuck, who are these people? And they start feeding them, and at first these guys are like thinking they died and went to heaven. They're like, holy shit, food, women, booze, this is great, we love this place, this is awesome. And they're all kind of like just nursing themselves back to health because they were on that ship for so long, and now they're finally like eating good food again. But then they meet this fucking this Portuguese dude, and when they notice that there's a Portuguese guy on this island, god damn it, he was a priest. The Portuguese guy was a priest, and this like really fucking ruins their day when they see this guy, because they're like, oh shit, the Portuguese fucking beat us here. Because at this point, like these guys were not on like good terms, you know, the two countries, because of like, you know, English colonialism and shit. But they use that guy as a translator to like help him communicate with like the local they're called like a daimyo, like the Japanese like local settlement leader or whatever.
The local warlord, right? Because it's a Shogun story.
Kind of. He answer pretty much, the daimyo like answers to the warlord, who then answers to god damn it, I can't think of the title. No, because there wasn't a shogun yet, because they were still like in the period where they're fighting for the title of shogun basically. But the part that I left off at, the Portuguese translator like royally fucks them over, and he gets the English dudes imprisoned. And at the point that I'm at, they like had the British dudes plus the main character all in this hole in the, like they just had like a hole in the ground, and then they like, it's kind of like a makeshift cell, and they're all in there just pretty much rotting and dying again. And they're like, wow, this is fucking amazing, this place sucks ass. And they're kind of like scheming on how they're gonna get out. And then one of the samurai guys comes down, and he's like, here's the deal, we're gonna let you guys go, but we're gonna kill one of you. We need you to pick a sacrifice. And then he just leaves. And the samurai like commander, his name is Yabu. He is a fucking asshole. Like, if you read this book, you're gonna hate this guy like immediately. He's just a like sadistic, like just like type of person who like delights in torturing people. He is a sicko. That being said, he's kind of badass, but like, yeah, he's a jerk. But yeah, that's the point that I left off on. They're trying to figure out how to get their fucking shit back. And at the moment, Yabu is like, he really wants to kill them because that's just what he likes. He just likes to kill people. But he's afraid that he's gonna piss off Toranaga, who is like a higher up, kind of like the lord of the whole land, like the whole region. Like all the daimyos answer to him, and he's also fighting in the war for like the shogunship or whatever you call it. But yeah, he's like, Yabu's like, I really want to kill these guys, but I don't want to piss off Toranaga. And Toranaga becomes like a pretty central character too. But that's the point that I left off on, and it's really fucking good.
Sometimes I do buckle down and read some of those long ass books. I read all 4 of those Stormlight books, and those were between 1,000 and 2,000 pages, all of them. And it was like really satisfying to finish each one and be like, "Damn, dude!
Oh
Just
yeah,
read a fucking thick ass book."
yeah. Once I finish Shogun, I'm definitely gonna read Taipan and Gaijin. Those are the other 2 like Japan saga books that he wrote. He's just like, he's a really fucking good author.
Is the book new, or was it written a while back?
Oh, it's definitely not new, but I'm trying to think of like when it was written. I want to say it was written in like the 70s. I'm gonna Google this shit because they made a mini series. Like, I think that came out in the 80s, and the mini series was like really good. I never saw it, but like I tried to watch it. And in the process of trying to find it, I ended up on Reddit, and everybody was raving about it. And I was like, God damn it. I want to watch it. I don't want to watch people tell me about how they felt watching it. Alright. Shogun.
Shadowgun.
Apparently they're making a new Shogun show, too. Which is pretty cool. You couldn't really turn something like this into a movie. Like I mean, you could, but you'd have to like really butcher it. People would hate it. Yeah, it came out in 1975, and I think the mini series came out in like 1980 or something. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's super good. It's good. I'm not even a huge historical fiction guy, because sometimes I don't know, that shit tends to kind of bore me, depending on the story. But this is like actually super good. I'm invested.
Like I said, I love getting. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, I love getting invested in fucking books like that, especially when they're long, and it's just like, fuck yeah, this will occupy me for a little bit.
Have you ever been to a book burning?
Nope.
Me neither. I don't know why I asked that.
Yeah, I started to feel like, one day Harry Potter had too much witchcraft in it, so I grabbed that and Fahrenheit 451 and headed on down to my local fire pit.
Part of me thinks it would be like really funny to just be like a Nazi for Halloween or something.
I disagree.
Like an SS officer.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I feel like that might put your safety in danger.
What if I just wanted to be like a black guy for Halloween? But there was literally like nothing racist about it. It was just like, yeah, I really want to be a black guy for Halloween. I love black people, and I just want to be one for Halloween.
I still have to disagree wholeheartedly.
But like, if someone did that, like, would that make them racist? Even if they were clearly super duper into it and not trying to be racist about it?
I feel like in some ways that might make it worse.
I feel like I would almost agree. That almost
that almost feels like the most intense form of cultural appropriation I could do. Just like, yeah, I will be you. Like everything about you, that makes me cringe, and just don't do that. Don't do that, Cody. Okay, Cody learned a valuable lesson today on the Big Boy District. We like to joke around here a lot on the podcast, but I would also like to just interject here and say, don't do blackface.
And don't judge any race by the size of their lips or their incarceration rate.
That's I don't find that funny. I have no reaction to that. You will not get a reaction out of me, sir.
I
moral superiority.
I just realized I'm using the same damn background footage, I think, that I used for the last podcast. So, any background footage watchers here, good fucking luck. I ain't changing it. I ain't changing the channel. I'm too lazy. But as I was saying, what was I saying? I don't even know if I was saying anything. I just kind of did a little transition there. Oh yeah, I had a cool idea for a business at the before we started recording, but I can't remember what it was. You remember what it was?
You didn't tell me.
It was like you told me like a story, and then I fucking segued that into a business idea, but I can't remember what it was, and I really wish I could, because it was genius. It was so smart. And now I feel like I
You're a failure,
Fuck.
Cody. You're letting us down.
It's gotta come back to me. It's gotta come back to me. I'm trying to like retrace the steps of our conversation, like from when we like first started, because it was one of the first fucking things we said to each other. So if I could just retrace those steps.
Bro, that might as well be like 1,000 years ago to me. Like I literally I can't put that back together.
Me neither. God damn it! I really liked
said,
this
I literally
fucking
don't-
idea.
I don't even remember like you telling me about a business idea. Like in my head, this never happened.
I think at the time it wasn't even like a business idea. It was mostly just me spitballing bullshit like I always do. But then in my head I was like, wait a minute. I might have a solution to something. You said something about I just keep remembering McDonald's. But that didn't have a goddamn thing to do with anything. Alright, well, I guess I'm giving up on that one. Had a cool business idea. And it was going to be up for anyone to take. Anyone who had the money, who wanted to invest and start a business. I was just going to throw it out there for free.
We got a lot of Shark Tank types watching our show. Always on the lookout for the next business idea.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. I just started to remember. Oh! Haha! It wasn't a business idea. It was a religion idea. It was an idea for a religion. But it's... Wait, it's a religion and a business. That's right. It's both.
It's an anthology.
So, yeah, basically the whole concept of my religion is that we basically just establish a church of people who believe in time travel. But not just they believe in time travel, they think they themselves can do it. So, what we do is, once we get this church off the ground, we make enough money, we get to the approximate level of where Scientology is at right now. We have a big fat membership. We've got goddamn mosques, or whatever you call them, in every city. Not a mosque. What do you... A church. Fucking... But we do that, we expand, we get as many members as possible to our time travel community church, or whatever we're going to call it. And then, once we get big enough, and we get enough people to believe in our cause, not necessarily taking us seriously, but, at least acknowledge our existence, like Scientology, we start suing directors or producers, people who make creative stuff, mostly.
Not even just like entertainment stuff. Anybody who like had a good idea and made a bunch of money off of it, like a few months before their idea comes to fruition, we're gonna come out with that shit.
Yeah, and then we're going to like sue them and say, this man stole an idea that I had in the past. And that is going to be our legal basis. George Lucas, just an example, George Lucas stole Star Wars from me in the 70s. I time traveled, I invented Star Wars before he did. And he took it from me, and now he is getting all the money. And we do that to like just about everybody. We do that to almost everybody. We could go up to Peter Jackson and be like, Peter Jackson stole my idea for Lord of the Rings. At which point everyone says, Peter Jackson did not create Lord of the Rings. He made the movies. He didn't write it. So we'll go further back in time, quote, quote, and say, J.R.R. Tolkien stole my idea.
Also known as Jur Tolkien.
But I wonder if that could be like the best long con of all time. Because, like, I'm just joking, but at the same time, part of me feels like that could be loosely possible. Just based on how fucking stupid people are nowadays, and just how stupid things in general are. How easy it is to, like, get scams off the ground with shit like Twitter.
A guy named Mark Rober recently, he's been doing a YouTube series where he basically investigates and exposes fucking scam caller networks. And he just posted, like, in his community tab that because of his YouTube video, the police shut down the scam operation in his town, and like 14 people were arrested because of it.
Nice. Is he the guy that, like, hacks into the scammers, like, CCTVs and stuff, and, like, watches them? Because that shit was wacky.
Because he's one of those YouTubers that's, like, in the same vein as Michael Reeves, where he's, like, a really smart computer.
Yeah, yeah.
And he uses that for, like, chaos, basically.
I am the worst at computer shit.
Oh yeah,
The
I'm
absolute
a
worst.
dumb caveman brain boy.
There are times where my parents are like, can you help me with this thing? And I'm like, probably not, but I'll look at it. I'll try.
Yeah, my parents do that a lot too, or my mom does, but my dad doesn't, obviously, because he's in IT. But my mom will be like, hey, like, how do you do this? And I'm like, you're gonna have to ask your husband, because I have no fucking idea. I literally hate anything to do with computers that goes beyond, like, basic usage.
So, what do you...
Okay.
I forgot my fucking question again. That's what that was. That was my brain crashing. That was good. Oh yeah, what do we name our religion? The Church of Time Travelers or whatever. Timeontology.
TikTokers.
The TikTok church.
Because that way we'll get the attention of a bunch of the younger generation at first. Because they'll be like, TikTokers, I love TikTok. And then we'll be like, yeah.
The Church of the Time Rangers of Christ.
All those college kids will be like, dude, I'm a TikTok influencer. And we'll be like, yes, we seek to influence the TikTok.
Oh my god. The Church of the Time Rangers of the Virgin Mary of Christ.
That is an incredible name.
There's 3 ofs in it. So the more ofs you have in the name of your church, the more people are inclined to buy into it, I guess.
And this is based on factual data?
I don't know what I'm basing this on.
Word of mouth, that mouth being your own?
Yeah. You ever seen a church that had like a weird name like that though, where it's just like Saint Judah of Mary of Christ of O Heaven, O Majesty Lord Church, and it's like, good God, man.
It's a really common theme in like Baptist and Mormon churches, I'm pretty sure. The more like newer sects of Christianity.
Baptism. I've been to a baptism once. I don't think I myself was baptized, but I've seen a baptism, and it's basically just a small child crying while having like water flung at them.
Some baptisms they take like literal infants and shove them underwater, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I get that it's like a big deal to you guys, but like at least wait until the fucker can like consent to it, for fuck's sake.
So you are you're very anti-gay.
I'm gonna leave the call.
I just wanted to ask you why you were so brave for being so open about it in this day and age.
Cody. I'll see you around. I will. No, I'm not gonna respond until you stop.
I'm just holding my breath. I wonder how long I can hold my breath. Probably not that long.
I have run out of my list of topics.
I'm pretty sure I did too. I think literally all of them are gone. So yeah, it's probably a good time to wrap. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a good hour and 10 minutes. That was a solid one. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Big Boy District. This week's sponsor is Bus Pass. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of money in this world, and if you don't get your hands on that money while you've got time, you're going to be regretting it on your deathbed. So, with Bus Pass, you can sign up for a 12-month subscription to getting hit by a bus. Every time you get hit by a bus, we will send you all the information you need to file a class action lawsuit and get paid in no time. Sign up for Bus Pass. Not responsible for any broken body parts. Thank you, Bus Pass. Sorry that we saved you for the very end. Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of a shitty sponsor compared to Uncle Pasta's. We'll miss you, uncles.
Uncles. Still in business, baby. That's their new motto. It's uncles. Still in business, baby. With like a sideways smiley face emoji.
Their building is all boarded up, but they wrote on the fucking plywood with marker. Alright, this has been an episode. I love you, Cody, and I love you, audience that doesn't exist.
I love you too. So we're actually going to make out right now. So we're going to end the episode. See you guys later.